Hi guys, so this is the look that I did for you today. It's just a really pretty brown smoky eye, and it's really going to make your eyes look longer, kind of to give it a little bit more of an exotic look. So I think it's really fun. Once again, I only use browns. I love natural brown smoky eyes. That's really the one thing that I do all the time, is I always play around with different browns and try to change up my look, but still making it really wearable and everyday. Because I didn't really used to wear makeup 4 years ago, so at all. So I like it to be more subtle. And yeah, on my as bronzer. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my lid with Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Oh, my words. And then you barely need any of this. And I'm just going to move it all over my lid, all the way up to my brow bone. I'm going to take whatever's left and I'm going to put a little bit underneath, just because we're going to be putting some eyeshadow down in that lower part. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Sephora Jumbo 12-Hour Liner in beige. This color, yeah. And I'm going to put this all over my lid. And you can totally skip this step if you don't have this, or if you don't have anything similar to this, you really don't need to. I'm just doing it to have a little extra sparkle, because the colors I'm going to put on are really matte. Okay, and then I'm taking a Coastal Scents cream, or not Coastal Scents. What is it? Crown Brush Cream Shadow Brush, which is a C403. And this thing I freaking love. Whenever I do like white bases, this one is amazing. Okay, and then I'm gonna take just a flat brush. This is the Sigma. They changed their numbering, but it's the SS252. I don't know what it is now. They changed them to like F somethings. And I'm going to be using Brulee. That's going to be my first color. And this just matches my skin color really well. So you want a skin color eyeshadow. I'm going to be putting this all over my lid. And then I'm also going to be putting it a little underneath my brow bone. Okay, so I'm taking Wedge, and the way that I'm putting it in, I'm doing it heaviest on this outer part right here, and I'm bringing it in. And normally when you put eyeshadow in your crease, or normally when I do at least, I don't put it as far as I'm putting it this time. And this time I really want to pull it down. And it's because I want my eyes to look like they're bigger. I want to elongate the shape of them to have more of like an exotic look. And what's great about Wedge, this color that I'm using, you can use a lot of it for people with darker skin, or you really don't have to use that much for lighter skin. And so it pretty much works with all skin types, just depending on application. And then I'm moving to a pencil brush, and I'm taking that same Wedge, and I'm just moving it a little bit down my lower lash line to connect the shape. And I'm just fixing my shape up a little bit. And then I want to just blend out that top line. And I'm just blending out the top line. I don't want to remove any color. So I'm just going back and forth on that top line. And even this line right down here, I just want to make it a little less harsh. And then I'm going to switch to another little flat brush. This is the Sigma SS239, which I know they changed their numbering too. So, and I'm going to go in with Corduroy by MAC, which is just a gorgeous milk chocolate brown. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right on that outer V, but I'm doing it on the exaggerated V. So I'm not just doing it, normally my outer V would be right here, but this time I'm pulling it all the way out to over here, which is a lot farther than I normally do it. and you just want to fill in that entire exaggerated V plus your normal V, your regular V, so it's going to be pretty long, a big amount of space you're filling in. And then also you can deepen up your crease a little bit with the corduroy color. And then don't forget to go right underneath your lower lash line, just to connect everything. And then I'm gonna layer a little bit of folly. And this is totally optional. I just always like to really warm up my eyeshadows. And this is a reddish brown. I love this one, it's one of my favorite ones. I like to add this whenever I'm doing a brown look. And I'm just gonna layer it right on top of that corduroy that I just put down. And I just think it gives a really nice dimension to layer a different type of brown on top. Okay, so I'm going back to my blending brush, and I just want to blend all those harsh lines out. And you can either use a clean, fluffy brush. I know sometimes if I don't feel like I've gotten all the product off, or if I use this with a really dark color, I don't like to blend with it. But in this instance, I just used it with that wedge color. So that will actually help. If there's a little bit of wedge left on there, it'll actually help blending. So you really don't have to worry about it in this case. And I'm just gonna blend that little lower part a little bit more too. And actually I'm gonna add a little bit of folly right underneath. Okay, so now I'm going to add eyeliner, and I'm going to be using my Sephora gel liner, and I'm going to be using a MAC 266, which is my favorite liner brush. It's always really hard for me to do my eyeliner while I'm doing these videos, so hopefully I can pull it off this time. Okay, for the eyeliner, what you want to do is you want to draw the line out directly, you're gonna do it more straight. So I'm gonna make the line more straight than I normally do. This is if you watch my videos regularly. And I'm gonna draw the line back over. So if you can see, it's making my eyes look more of this almond shape and more exotic. And I want it to just go out. And what I want to do is I want to do it really thin on the inner part and then getting a lot thicker on the outer part. And right where your eye starts to arch, if you give it a little bit more, if you thicken up your line right on that arch, it's going to make your eyes look a lot bigger. Okay, and then I'm just going to fill in a little bit, whatever is left on my brush, I'm just going to put right on my lower lash line. Okay, and then sometimes, with this look, I really need to go in and make sure that I have my lower lash line is taken care of, or not my lower, I'm sorry, my waterline. And usually I only do this on the outer part, because I don't really feel I need to on the inner part. So I just do that just to have a little bit more depth and to really make it stand out, because I hate that look when you can see the white of your skin. I just don't like it. Okay, and then I'm going to use mascara, and I'm going to use the Real mascara by Benefit, and this stuff is amazing. I mean, I really love this stuff. One thing, well, I have one thing I don't like about it, but it really is amazing. I mean, I was in the store and I took the tester and I rubbed it against the hairs on the back of my arm, and all of a sudden the hairs on the back of my arm were like jet black and looked so long. And that was pretty much the deciding factor. But I already knew I really wanted to try it. I need to really start working on not saying Okay, so for the rest of my face, I used Hoola bronzer. I used a teeny little, I think this is the 109. And I contoured just on the hollows of my cheeks. And then I just put some right on my temples and on the sides of my forehead, and then a little bit right around my jawline and my neck just to contour, make my face look more slender, more chiseled. And then for my cheeks, I'm gonna use Blush Baby by MAC, which this is one of my favorite cheek colors. I just think it's so beautiful. It's specifically really nice for people with olive skin. And then for my lips, I'm going to use Viva Glam, which I already put some on, but I'm going to be putting a little bit more on. And it's Viva Glam 5. So, which is just really pretty. It's like really natural looking, but it has some sparkle in it. I wish they made this in a matte version too, but and yeah, so that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.